after everything y'all just went through, and y'all see this on a couple different situations, y'all gonna be cussing that y'all having to do that earlier. I'm gonna use this on the. Okay, we're at the edge. We're on what is somewhat of a road bed, even though they don't use it very much. And then we've got some fields coming, and then on this corner of this field, you've got a lot of brush and stuff right here. It's traditionally a pretty good coyote place, and they said they just saw droppings over there. So, and I'm gonna put in a pipe for a coyote. What I'm gonna do, I'm looking and I'm trying to figure out how I can control this coyote, some fashion or another. And I've got these two great big clumps. So inside of one of these clumps is where I'm gonna put this pipe. And then for the coyote to work this, he's gonna have to come back and through. It's very similar to a walk-through type principle. Now the reason I'm using these pockets, for one, they're not gonna see it, but they're gonna smell it. It's a staking system. It's I don't care how much it rains, my lure's not going to go away. But if you can use drags on this, but this is the way that I learned. That I'm running about 4.5, 5 foot of chain. I've got a swivel on the end, and I'm running the portable pocket down through that swivel. So the coyote's going to be here, but because he's got so much range, he has no leverage on this stake, and plus he's not going to really do that much damage. And you'll notice I'm going to have this thing above ground, and when a coyote pulls, it runs it up, no matter what it does. So even if he jacks this out of the ground a few inches, as soon as he gets it out about that far, he's pulling the stake back down the ground, so that's where I can't pump it. So it's going to be a little scary when someone first tries it. Oh yeah. Okay, that's in there. I've got it. It's probably about 8 or 9 inches off the ground. One of the other advantages of this, guys, is what I think it does is now my lure is so much up here, it's going everywhere. And I think that helps me a lot. So I'm in here. I'm just going to do a little bit of trimming. I don't know if this coyote's going to go all the way into this chute, so I'm going to put my trap about right there. Getting a place for the chain. I'm going to use peat moss on this just because I want this set to last absolutely the longest it can. See, that's all I do with it. Just set it where it's in top of the jaws. I want it outside the jaws. Just kindly pack it down. All of this super solid. The only place that he can step is when I feel loose dirt's too late. Okay, now we've got all this duff and stuff here, so we're going to take advantage of that. Hide my chain a little bit. And once this gets a little bit of time on it, there's not going to be anything in here to tell a coyote that we've been here. And you can see this. Remember me telling y'all about how phobia they are? That's quite a bit of stimulus right there. So, go get some bait and lure, bait it, then I'll show you how we hide it. We're going to put our lure and bait just directly into that pipe. Now see, I don't care now how much it rains because everything's in the pipe. And it's above ground level, so the odor cone of this is way more than anything you can do with a flat set or a dirt hole. For coyotes, you need wire. Go right over here and I'm going to grab some of this grass. There's absolutely nothing there for a coyote to see. Any questions?
Remake.
You just pull it up and pull it over.
Move it to another grass clump, okay. Outside the kid circle preferably? Or
if they tear it up much. But on that longer chain, they may not even tear those up. Because it's such a, that's a 10-foot circle. That almost seems too easy.
Yeah, it does. Childlike.
But it rain, don't care. Winds
Yeah,
our favor. There's nothing there to scare a coyote. We can control him with these 2 clumps.
Wow.
And it's just so simple.
And it has worked well for you.
Absolutely. Because this is mostly what we're going to set the rest of the time we're down here. Because with y'all coming down, even if we got a foot of snow right now, that lure is still working. And it's still working great. The tramp under the snow is still going to catch. It's big enough for that. Everything about it's still going to work.
Would you like to discuss the length of stake on this?
I'm running mine. I think they're 34 inches. I mean, if you were somewhere in the Delta country and you're in sure enough slop, I might go with 48 inches. In Texas, we could mostly push them down, and after a coyote or cat was caught, we could just pick the stake up with our fingers. You know, I mean, and that was a lot softer ground than this.
And the double on coon, using them for coons if you was gonna.
Yeah, I'm using it for coons, cats, beaver, otter, muskrats. I'm using it for everything.
And they're 30. How long you say 34?
Yeah, that's what these are. But people have to play a little bit with their own ground. I mean, very few did I ever have to hammer in Texas, so I know this one's not going anywhere. But when that coyote hits the end of that, it's going to raise that swivel up, and it's going to add friction to that hole. It's not like you put a stake in the ground where he can jack the stake.